Hey, beautiful ones. I thought I would share with you today a nice and simple meditation process. So we're going to wind it back a little bit. Some of the practices that we do together sometimes, particularly when you're first starting out, it can be difficult to hold your focus. And it's probably one of the most frequent things that I hear from people who are interested in starting to want to develop some type of, breath process or meditation practice, mindfulness and things like that, is that they can't meditate because they can't hold their mind still. And, it's like anything. It's like riding a bike. I mean, how many people can jump on a bike and ride the bike straight away, right? So it's a practice. Like anything, it's a practice. And so as we wind it right back, doing something like even a 5-minute practice every day, you will start to see massive differences in the way your life flows, because it gives you that opportunity to unplug from the incessant and it starts to develop that capacity within you to be able to identify when your mind's going I'm sure you all know what I mean, even though that probably sounded really funny. Anyway, so a really great way that you can do it is you'd set an alarm clock for 5 minutes, and then that way you're not spending the whole time wondering how long it's been. And, particularly when you're first starting out, being silent for 5 minutes feels like a really, really long time. And so if you set the clock, then, you don't have to be thinking about the time. You're not going to run over time. You're not going to miss out on whatever else you needed to do in your schedule. It is just 5 minutes. And so I thought I would teach you. It's called a cloud breath. And this way we're incorporating a movement with the breath, and it actually helps us to be able to stay in the moment just that little bit more simply. And so basically all it involves is we're going to, on the in-breath, taking the arms up, big wide arm circles, breathing in, and then breathing out, bringing those hands back down through the center. And just continuing this process, breathing in. And just following that breath as well, feeling how that breath feels as you continue to move with the cloud, breathing in and breathing out. And maybe you can start to slow down that breath as well as the nervous system starts to relax. It's easier to be able to get a more full breath too in those lungs. You can have the eyes closed as well, as to lessen a little bit more distraction, so that sense withdrawal when we have our eyes closed. It's a bit more easy again to focus inwards. So just continuing to do this a few more times, and you might allow yourself to notice any other sensations. So maybe noticing the air as it floats in and out of your nostrils, and how that might feel different on that in-breath and that out-breath. Maybe the sensation of your rib cage expanding with each in-breath and then falling with each out-breath. If you can, we're just continuing that breath in and out through the nose, just at your own pace. And maybe now you can find you can extend it just that little bit more. Breathing in, reaching up, and breathing out, bringing those arms back down. You might also bring your awareness to your sit bones, where you're in contact with the chair or your yoga mat or the earth, no matter where you are, taking that awareness down, grounding it down into the earth. Also helps to take a lot of the busyness out of the mind. Just continuing with that beautiful life-giving breath for a few more rounds. Breathing in, breathing out. And 2 more times. Can you make those breaths maybe the same length? Remember, there's no rush, so we're really extending that out now. Breathing down into the belly if you can, allowing that diaphragm to release. And then when you finish that last round of that cloud movement, just pausing for a moment in that stillness, noticing how that feels, noticing how you're feeling now. And taking one more nice, long, deep in-breath all the way to the end of the inhale. And pause. And then releasing it out all the way to the end of the exhale. And pause once more, bringing yourself back into the moment. Starting to wiggle your fingers and toes. Of course, if you'd like to stay longer with your cloud breath, please do, or enjoy that still space. Bye.